let's go to the top of page 21 and talk about joint application, because remember, this has to be documented at the time of the initial application. You need to nail down who are your applicants. And, and really, if you look under number one, there's the definition there. It's anyone who any of the people who are applying contemporaneously at that initial request for credit. And then number two, the timing is very clear. It has to be at the time of application. And then but it also has to be documented. So I'm going to be looking at, do you have it documented that you got joint intent at that initial application, not something that you picked up or documented maybe a couple of days down the road. Now, the evidence, what do you need to have evidence of that joint intent? Really, you have a lot of flexibility there. Now, it could be with signatures on a form that says, they're both applying for joint intent, or it could be maybe initials. But keep in mind, you can establish joint intent and you have some flexibility there. Usually this is driven by your policies and procedures on what they want to see. Now, attestations or the legal note, what about signatures on some attestations or the legal note? No, those cannot be relied upon as documentation of their intent to apply jointly. Look at the top of page 22, financial statements. Both of their signatures are on the financial statement. Can I rely on that? I got that at the initial application, and the answer is no. Those signatures at the bottom of financial statements are really just attesting to that everything in there is true and accurate to the best of their knowledge. That's not intent to both apply for the credit and be primarily responsible for it. Okay, so financial statements, that's not enough. You need a little bit more than that. Now, why is it such a big deal? Page 22, number 7 at the top of the page there. They're saying that there's just a lot of risk out there. Look at the bottom line here on page 22, number 7. If you screw this up and it looks like you're improperly requiring a spousal signature on a credit document, you could be referred to the Department of Justice for further investigation. That's a bad day. We don't want that to happen. So what they're saying is that if you're lacking documentation on joint intent, it could be, maybe it's just a documentation issue, which, that's bad enough and you're not complying. So you got an issue there. But at worst, look at letter B there. At worst, this is evidence of discrimination. Okay, so that's how they're approaching this issue. That's why it's such a big deal. Go to page 23. How do we make sure we're complying with this? Can we have a signed application? Yes, 2 signatures on an application. You can look at that. What about a signed application and a separate affirmation or attestation where they say, yes, we're both applying for joint credit? That would be fine. What if you don't have a written application, right? You took the thing over the phone. Well, anything that you have, you could have them come in later and sign that joint intent form. Or look at letter D. You have no written application, and you have no that acknowledgement form that you're going through. You can note it in your file. As an auditor, all I'm saying is I just want to see that you've documented it and that it is connected to that initial application in time. Okay.